So as we are moving forward in this gathering today, it is our desire to assist you in remembering who you are. We want you to reclaim that stable footing of remembering the powerful, creative genius who loves and is loved that you are. In many cases, in fact in most cases, that's going to take some deliberate directing of your thought, because you have, without meaning to, become rather accustomed at focusing upon what is. And when you are bound up in traffic in your car, often you let that set your tone. If we were standing in your physical shoes, we would not let any moment in time be the basis for the vibration that we are offering. As you look only at what is, then you just keep escalating what is. And while we know that what is in your experience right now, much of it pleases you, some of it doesn't, we would like you to become more selective sifters, so that as you are looking at what is with a deliberate intent to find among what is what feels good, then what begins to happen is you begin to clean up your vibration as you step back from the details of what you are living and you start feeling the resources that are really you. Then what is in this moment or in any moment has very little to do with the ongoing vibration that is you. So when something looks like it's going wrong, you accept it as the anomaly that it is. We really want you to hear that. When something goes wrong, like if there's a sickness in your body, we want you to feel surprised about it, because it's so weird that something other than wellness would be your experience. When you feel short of money, we would like you to be sort of shocked by that. How odd that is. How odd that is. Because that's not who I am. That's not the way it usually goes for me. This worry that I have about money is just weird, 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 weird. This is not the way it is supposed to be. We want you to practice, and we'll show you how to do it. We'll talk about it all day here today. We want you to practice the thoughts that are so matching to the clear-minded, healthy, prosperous, loving, loved being that you really are. That when you look into your environment, whether it's up close to you or more on a global scale, and you see things that you just know are not the way you want them to be, you just sort of stand back in sort of amazement for a moment as you remember that's not the way it is supposed to be, and then you turn your attention to the way it really is supposed to be and to the way that it really is. And in time, it is our promise to you that no matter what's happening in the environment, close or far from you, you will stand in such a vibrational, stable footing that you will not feel insecurity about things that you can do nothing about. Because you will come to realize that, and here it is, the most important thing that you have ever heard us say. Oh, no, what was it? The things that you can do nothing about have nothing to do with you. If you can do nothing about it, it doesn't matter. In other words, you can change the way you feel. That matters, because that's your point of attraction. You can't change the way someone else feels. That doesn't matter, because their point of attraction doesn't have anything to do with you. You can change what you do, what you say, what you think. That has a great deal to do with you, because that's your vibration. That's your point of attraction. You can't change what somebody else thinks, but that doesn't matter, because that doesn't have anything to do with you. As physical friends who have been looking so much into the environment, to the reality of that which is, you let way, way, way too much of your vibrational countenance come as a reflection of what you are observing in your environment. And what we are wanting to help you to discover is you want to be aware of the vibration that you're offering, which means you want to be aware of the way you are feeling, and you want to be in control of the vibration that you are offering, which means you want to be in control of the way that you are feeling, but you will never be in control of the way others are feeling. You will never be in control of their vibration, and it does not matter, because that's their point of attraction, not your point of attraction. So then you say, well, Abraham, I sort of get that. I've been playing with this enough. I get it that when I think thoughts that feel good and I get into this vibration of connection, that my life goes better. And it goes better and better and better and better. I know that. I've been showing myself that. But I'm a teacher. I'm an uplifter. I want others to be uplifted too. And I feel bad for them when they are not. And we say, don't get carried away with your empathizing with where someone else is. Because if you do, you will don the vibration that is theirs, and then you will suffer as they suffer. And you say, but isn't there some sort of value in that? Isn't that what a real friend does? And we say a real friend stays connected to source so that you have something to give to someone else. And you say, but when I feel really, really good, it doesn't seem right that there are others that are suffering or hurting or confused. And we say you cannot get sick enough to help sick get well. You cannot get poor enough to help poor become prosperous. You cannot get confused enough to help confused have clarity. You only join them in the disconnection. And that's not what your intention was. You said, I will come forth and I will stay connected to that which is source, and I will be a bright light that will inspire others to the same. I will maintain my vibration of connection. So, what is the vibration of connection? Well, that's this allowing thing that we've been talking about. That's allowing myself to be connected to source no matter what. That's allowing myself to stay in vibrational harmony with who I really am. The art of allowing is finding a vibration that feels so good when I find it and feels better and better as I maintain it and gives me evidence of that connection through thriving. The immediate response of that connection is joy in the moment. The long-range evidence is abundance in all things that I consider to be good, like health and relationship and dollars. The art of allowing can sometimes be more easily heard by the path of least resistance. It's the same thing. Because here I am, an extension, a physical extension of source energy. And in any moment, which is where all of my power is, as you stand in your now, that's where all of your power is. Your power to allow your connection, or your power to pinch it off. Your power to feel joy, or your power to feel pain. So as you stand here in this powerful moment, making choices one by one, the better feeling thought, the better feeling thought, the better feeling thought, you are choosing the path of most allowance, but you could say you are choosing the path of least resistance. So these paths, are they paths that everyone needs to follow? Well, first we have to say to you that it would never be one path. The path of least resistance is the path that for you right now feels the best, which means it's the path that allows you the greatest connection with who you really are. So let's say that you've been fussing with your partner that you are driving in the car with. And what it feels to you like is at stake here is the validity of who is the wisest one. So the path of least resistance for you might feel like you would like the other one to be wrong. Might feel pretty good. I'll go the way he wants to go. And when we're lost, then he'll know. Then there will be evidence who was the smartest one. So what we want to discuss with you is why that feels good, because you gotta admit it does. It sort of feels better to be the one who's right. If the question is, am I right or wrong? Which feels better? Which feels better? I'm right or I'm wrong? I'm right. Which feels better? I'm right and he's wrong, or he's right and I'm wrong? Which feels better? I'm right, he's wrong. Which feels better? We're both right. Feels better, but can't possibly be. We disagree. How can we both be right? And it matters to me that I'm right. It matters to me that I'm right because I want to be right. I've practiced wanting to be right for a really long time. And so it seems right that it seems much more important than that I be right than that we get to where we're wanting to go. I'd rather get lost and be late than for him to be right. So what's screwy with all of this? In other words, if Abraham, you say, follow the path of least resistance, which means find the feeling that feels the best. And I got to tell you, it feels a lot better for us to get lost going his way and for my way to be the right way. And we say, we think that you might want to step back a little bit from the immediacy of this desire and see if there is another desire in there somewhere that you could find vibrational resonance with. Like, do you prefer to see value in your partner, or would you like your partner to have no value? Well, when you put it that way, I want my partner to have value. When you don't put me in competition with my partner, I would like my partner to win. Or how about this? How about if someone else joins? Now there are 3 of you in the car, and the third one you don't know very well. And when your partner says, go this way, the guy in the back seat said, that's the most stupid thing I've ever heard in my life. You're going to get her lost. And then you would say, no, he won't. In other words, you might defend him then because this person in the back seat is a stranger to you and is being abusive to your friends. So let's see if we can unravel the chaos that we have produced here for you. What we are getting at here is if you are trying to sort out the rightness and the wrongness of this and that and the other, trying to find the path of least resistance by just following what feels best in the moment without doing any real preparation of connecting to who you are first, then you're not going to be able to tell the path of least resistance from the path of most annoyance. In other words, you get out there on this sort of petty, insignificant edge where one thing feels about as bad as another, and you come away from it feeling like you have no true guidance. And then that's what makes you want to join together in groups, where the group that has the loudest voice is the group that you feel must be the most right, so that's the group you try to follow. What we're wanting to help you to rediscover as you are reaching for this art of allowing and this path of least resistance is we want you to first connect with the guidance that comes forth from within you. So let's say that morning you awakened, and even before you awakened, the night before, as you went to bed, you laid in your bed and you acknowledged the value of your life, and you, in your mind, made a list of things that you appreciate about your world, about your home, about your family, about your partner, about yourself. And you went to sleep in this soothing vibration of well-being where you just activated within yourself on purpose things that made you feel good. So your inner being joined you fully before you drifted off into slumber. And when you awakened in that similar vibration because your vibration is always where you last left it. And so you awakened feeling rather good. And instead of bouncing out of bed and feeling resistant about the day, again, you laid there and felt appreciation and deliberately connected with the energy of your source. And you went through a sort of short list of things that are easy to appreciate. And high on the list is this person that you spend so much of your life with. And so you thought about things and you looked for positive aspects and you gave mental compliments even though the person is not within earshot. You laid there feeling good and you got yourself in vibrational alignment with who you are. And then, as you moved into your day, your timing was particularly good. And as you got into your automobile and you made your motion into traffic, you found the traffic to be like it usually is. In other words, it didn't evaporate. There was no miraculous missing traffic. But the traffic that was there seemed to be flowing, and your entrance into it was good, and you felt very good. You feel good about life. You feel good about where you're going. You feel good about your mate. And you say, I think I will go this way today. And your mate says, oh, really? I was thinking maybe we should go this way.